There it goes. Okay. I was gonna say, what the hell's... Alright. Just to get this out of the way, because I've gotten a few 100 billion trillion people who have been asking, hey, who, what do you think of the new Star Trek trailer? Here's my thoughts. It's dumb! It's stupid! Moving on. No, I know you guys want real thoughts about the Kingdom Hearts, or about the Star Trek trailer, so here are my real thoughts. Anytime I see a trailer that is marketed like that, that seems to be aiming at an audience that is clearly not me, it makes me wonder a bit. Now, trailers are not necessarily indicative, because remember, a trailer is not made by anyone who actually made the movie. That's made by a completely separate team who's trying to push whatever the studio wants them to push. It's one of the reasons why Terminator Genisys had the big plot twist of the movie spoiled in the trailer. Because the studio was like, this movie's going to bomb, we need to get the audience hooked, and nobody cares about story in a Terminator anyways, right? So, I always try to take a trailer with a little bit of a grain of salt. A grain of salt. But, oh god, the trailer's assaulting me! But, the point I'm trying to make right now is that this, it is actually very common that you can tell something about a movie by the way the trailer is presented. And this trailer is presented as, hey guys, here's the new hip Star Trek. And that's pretty much the feeling I get from it. Now, we already know some of this because I can't remember his name. The guy who plays Scotty has already gone on record saying we can't have old Star Trek anymore. We need to have new Star Trek. We need to go in a new direction with it. And on the one hand, I'm okay with that. Star Trek has gone in a new direction several times, and it's actually worked for them several of those times. Star Trek II was a new direction for Star Trek. Star Trek The Next Generation was a new direction for Star Trek. Star Trek Deep Space Nine was a new direction for Star Trek. And 2009 movie was a new direction for Star Trek. This is not the first time this has happened. However, there have also been bad times they've gone in a new direction for Star Trek where it hasn't worked. And I'm not going to list those examples, but I'm sure you can think of plenty of them right off the top of your head. So my point I'm trying to reach here is, it feels like they're trying something new, and that's always a dice roll. And we'll see. And those are my thoughts. I really don't have much else to share. So, time for the best Kingdom Hearts game, in my opinion, of course. I will not be cheating. I actually have the ability to cheat on this one, but I don't think it's necessary. At most, I might cheat in some money, but even that doesn't seem necessary. I might also do some off-camera grinding, or I might grind while we're doing bippity-boppity-boo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, bippity-boppity-boo, 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 bippity-boppity-boo. But anyways, point being, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just play through this legit style. Nope, 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 skip. I don't know what you're talking about, Pandemonium. You only boosted me to 50. I'm gonna have to fight young Xehanort at 50? I am so gonna die on that fight. Anyways, beginner mode, because I don't care. Make fun later. If you want to be elitist, go somewhere else to be elitist. This is not a place for elitism. So Birth by Sleep takes place 10 years before Kingdom Hearts 1. Ah, shoot, I have to mute it anyways, don't I? Okay, so here's... Oh, do I have to mute it? I think I have to mute it. Yeah, but young Xehanort, Samurai. Granted, I wasn't 99 when I beat him on the PSP, but still, I was like 50-something. Hey, Nicklia. Yep, I had to mute it. I was right. Okay, so here we have the super significant intro with the same goddamn song. Oh, I'm so sick of this frickin' song. Anyways, so yeah, here's the trio, and they're doing stuff, and they are going to fight Master Xehanort. Hope you get used to this scene. This is the second time we've seen this. Of 5 total times we'll be seeing that fight. We'll also be seeing the Mark of Mastery exam 3 times. But I will say this. This is a pretty awesome intro, in all seriousness. Dream Drop Distances is better, in my opinion. But there's a lot of they go out of their way to not just rehash events in this one like they do in a couple of the others. Almost all of this is pure symbolism. By the way, you can see Terra's symbol in that design, and it gets across the similarities between that symbol and the Nobody emblem a lot more clearly than otherwise if you're not really looking at it straight on. Also, the concept of the trio is just all over the place in this one. I mean, all of the games have the trio concept, but it is really hammered in this one. And of course, Terra is going away as Aqua is all hurt that she's leaving. I mean, Terra running away from the darkness in Castle Oblivion, while Ventus is running away from the light. Again, I love the symbolism here. And of course, Aqua is hurt at the loss of both of her friends. And of course, there is the Kai Kingdom Hearts. Originally, I called that the natural Kingdom Hearts, but it got across the wrong impression, because I still don't think that is actually Kingdom Hearts itself. That is more like a natural version of the artificial Kingdom Hearts, one summoned specifically by the Keyblade. Or the Keyblade. And yeah, the battle scene where he just crushes all three of them really says a lot. Also, Vanitas basically is cheatingly powerful, although that will be discussed in lore when we get there. And of course, Roxas ends up falling into sleep at the end of the game. Leading to really dramatic pause. There we go. Sora and Riku. Right at the end there. Okay, so we can unmute now. Now, turn this back up. Now, I just realized something, and I need to discuss this because this is actually relevant. Did I say Roxas? What's the difference? No, Scythe, come back. I just realized something as we were offline just now, as I was doing that dungeon in WoW. I tend to do a lot of thinking when I'm playing WoW. Sometimes when I'm prepping for a lore run, I'll actually go and play WoW, or prepping for Rumination, because it helps me get my brain going. It's weird how that works, but whatever. I sometimes GM while playing WoW, too. I realized something. For the longest time, we've all imagined that Xehanort, young Xehanort specifically, was motivated by the same general idea that Riku was. This world is just too small. So in other words, he was motivated to either give himself to darkness or some other way to try and find a way off the world. And then he was found by whoever it is. We still don't know his Keyblade master, but the master that was Xehanort and Ericus's master, and then he was trained up, and then yada yada yada, and then we get to the events of Birth by Sleep. That's what everyone's assumed, including me, for forever. But I was thinking about that Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that just came out, and we were talking about the youth thing, and I was like, wait a minute. Young Xehanort in that trailer looks younger than he does here. Now, in the interest of total honesty, that is probably just an art style thing, the Unreal Engine and how different it looks. It's probably just supposed to be this, older, but young Xehanort, who we'll see in this game, and we'll see a lot more of in the next game, he looks like a teenager, basically. He's basically Riku's age, 16-ish, 17, something like that. But the kid who's in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer looks really young, like in his 12, 13, 14 range. So, but that Xehanort was already with Ericus in the Land of Departure, meaning he was already being trained there. Meaning, if young Xehanort, the one we keep referring to, the one we'll be seeing in this game, is actually saying this world is too small, that has nothing to do with Destiny Islands. He might have still be from Destiny Islands. He may actually be from this place, and he may have just traveled here to make that statement. But that has no connection to Destiny Islands being too small. That has no connection to him being like, I will use this as my motivation to give into darkness. There's something else going on there, and I've only just begun to think about what that might be, other than the obvious thing. The concept that maybe this realm is too small. In other words, that in his mind, it's not just enough to be able to travel between the worlds. He wants to be able to travel between the realms. which would also give him motivation to go to the realm of darkness and eventually give him his reason for his dark descent and the reason for his character arc going, whoo. So yeah, I just thought I'd toss that out there because it's really interesting the way that lines up like that. But to make this clear, when I refer to young Xehanort, I'm referring to the teenager-looking one, who we will again be seeing quite a bit of in Dream Drop Distance. This one, excuse me. This is young Xehanort.
This world is just too small.
Nice touch, by the way, with the sun setting there. Fast forward about 60 years. That is true, Darth Pandemonium. Like I said, this got me thinking. So, I'd just like to say one quick thing. You guys already know, I did a video when I heard the news about Leonard Nimoy. I was sobbing. I was so sad. I hurt my throat for days after I started crying so hard. I've actually, like I said, I've actually met Leonard Nimoy. I don't know what else to say. It is a damned tragedy, ignoring the fact that he won't actually be able to come into Kingdom Hearts again, which is terrible. There is no other Xehanort than him. He was a good man. Requiescat in pace, Leonard Nimoy. So yeah, what you're about to see is quite literally the only act of kindness he ever does, ever. Yes, I have, Trafen. We already talked about it.
There, you see, an empty world, like a prison. I imagine you will be right at home.
Given what he did right before this, it's kind of interesting. I mean, Xehanort, in my opinion, has the right idea. He does. I mean that sincerely. He thinks that there's this tyranny of light, which might tie into Kingdom Hearts Kai, as I talked about, and he thinks that things need to be in balance, and it should be. But he is such a sadistically, uncaringly, brutally evil bastard. It's like having some kind of torturing, evil neo-Nazi guy talk about how gender equality should be a thing. It's like, well, I agree with your concept, but God! But yeah, this is literally the only thing he ever does nice ever. And again, right before this scene, he basically fed Ventus to the wolves, more or less literally. And when Ventus failed, ripped his heart in half. I mean, he basically just did worse than killed Ventus just now. But this was a few years prior to the actual beginning of Birth by Sleep.
Who's there?
And that is Sora. Now, there are two possibilities that I can see with what's happening here with regards to Sora. Possibility number one, Sora was just born, and by complete weird freak coincidence that is otherwise unexplained, Sora's heart finds Ventus's heart and helps recomplete him. Second possibility. Sora is Kingdom freaking Hearts, and it is what Xehanort did to Ventus that called Sora out from the darkness, from being Kingdom Hearts, and manifested him into literal form. By the way, that's the theory I adhere to. In other words, Xehanort is indirectly, and Ventus is directly responsible for Sora coming into being, and basically kickstarting all of the events of the series. So, I am a brand new heart. That is Sora speaking there.
But this is...
This is the other reason why I believe it is Ventus talking to Sora inside Sora's dive to the heart. Because Sora is talking to Ventus inside Ventus's dive into the heart. The symmetry just makes too much sense.
Why are you in my heart?
The light brought me. I saw it shining in the distance, and followed it here.
Yeah. That was my light.
So, again, remember how the dive to the heart is literally representative of your heart? We've talked about this ever since Kingdom Hearts 1. This is what Ventus's heart looks like. All light,
My heart is fractured.
but incomplete, because of what Xehanort did to him.
And now...
So literally just a blank
The
white
lab
piece of paper that is broken.
slipping away.
You should join your heart with mine.
Huh?
So Sora's heart merges with Ventus's heart, and the two complete each other. Now, I'm using the incorrect terminology here, because there's still two hearts here. There's still Sora's heart and Ventus's heart. But because of this merger, the two are so intertwined that for all intents and purposes, they in many ways share each other's heart, if that makes any sense. I know I'm not saying this right, because it's hard to describe something where they're both separate and the same, but that is basically what we're at here. Hence, when that completes, Ventus now has a complete heart and will no longer fade away. Ventus was going to actually die if something didn't happen to save him.
Right. Thanks.
This is before the events of Birth by Sleep by some time, Azurain. Hence, Sora being birthed here, basically. Hey, SS2 Dark Super
Open
Evil
the door.
Twilight. It's a long name. So now Ventus actually has a heart. Now, what's interesting about this is if you pay attention... I mean, this is Ventus before he's met Terra or Aqua, and yet their symbols are already there. And Terra's symbol is there as well. Although it's not actually Terra's symbol. That's actually a separate topic. But the point is, his heart at the beginning here is basically just himself and some foreshadowing of the trio. But they are not actually present. There you go. See, that's a much better shot of it. By the way, I just want to point this out for anybody who really hasn't gotten it. See the emblem on the outside there? That's what eventually will be morphed into becoming the Nobody symbol. I refer to that as Terra's symbol because everyone else refers to that as Terra's symbol. But it's not actually necessarily Terra's symbol. That is just an emblem that is indicative of something that Terra came from. We actually see it all over the place in this game, so we're not 100% sure where it comes from. Oh yeah, by the way, the Keyblade graveyard being there is significant as well, since that's where he literally just was. That's where he was training with Xehanort just prior to this. That's actually a nice thought, Nicolas. I like that. So Xehanort abandons Ventus to stay here and die. By the way, that's his kind act. Abandoning a child to die. After he murdered him, basically. That's as close to kindness as Xehanort ever gets. And now that he has a complete heart, he can manifest his Keyblade again. As an aside, am I one of the only people who really likes the reverse attack style? I forget what the actual sword stance is called that Ventus uses. I'm just curious. Yeah, exactly, Zachariah. I'm honestly not sure which it is, because both are genuinely possible. There is a term for that sort of stance, and I can't remember what it is. So now we fast forward about 4 years, roughly. We've already time-skipped like 60 years. Now we've jumped forward about 4 years. This game's already 64 years old. Roughly. Yeah, Terra's is very indicative of his style, too. It wasn't until I replayed this game a couple weeks ago that I really realized how different Terra's playstyle feels to Aqua's. His reach and every one of his attacks basically lunge with his whole body, so any given strike won't just hit, it'll hit like this, which is completely different from the other two. Especially going straight from playing Terra to playing Ventus is always such a shock for me, because Ventus has, like, this tiny little attack range. So So here is the land of departure. Welcome back, Baronessa. Welcome to the land of departure. By the way, no music. We're going to be seeing a lot of no music in this section, in this game, unfortunately. "3 years later, Kunari! 3 years later, the Kunari haven't moved literally an inch." By the way, I just want to point this here. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you shift the colors around, you could see the architectural comparisons between the Land of Departure and Castle Oblivion. It'll become more obvious when we can see the inside of Land of Departure. Yeah, I think like all the awkward laughter is the same damn scene just being repeated over and over. Ha 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 ha.
I can't see much from here.
So, this is Ventus. Whee! Jump. I actually almost never use shot locks, partially because they are stupidly overpowered. You can pretty much beat the game just with shot locks and a few key setup if you know what you're doing. Oh shoot, I need to bring up something here. I won't need it yet. So I'm going to be doing a particular strategy this time around that I have actually done on a harder difficulty last time, so I'm pretty sure it'll work this time too. Let's see. I can't think of what it's called. What's the combining thing called? Synthesizing, I think? Yeah, there's a synthesis chart. That's what I want. There's a particular chart I want, which is not this one. Give me a second. Melding! That's what it's called. Found it. Okay. Got the chart up. I'm ready to go. So, this is my favorite game, not just because of the story, but also because of the gameplay. The melding system, the,
What? You want a piece of me too?
The melding system, the command system in general, the finishing thing, the shot lock thing, basically everything about Birth by Sleep just hit the right note for me. Possibly, yeah, Darth Pandemonium. There we go. There we go. Hey, Spirit of Memory. Alright, I actually had a little bit of a hard time explaining the combat of this game to, whoops. Right. It's like the only game where it's not triangle to open an item. I'm going to be using attack instead of open on, like, every chest in this game. I'm not even kidding.
I'm gonna miss the meteor shower.
Anyways, point being, the level of customization in this game is great. The melding system is great. I love the finishing command system. I love the shot lock system. Basically, everything about the actual gameplay of this game is gold. The only thing I didn't like about this game was when I was playing it on the PSP. For those of you who've never actually played the PSP, the analog is this tiny little nub, which it's really easy to get your thumb off of, especially if you have giant thumbs like I do. So it was actually a pain to play for long periods of time. So I had to just put it down for a while and then play it, then put it down for a while and then play it. It's a lot easier when you have a giant stick like this on the PS3 controller to do.
Why does it seem so familiar? Whoa!
You know, it's weird how many people have blue eyes in this series.
Give me a break, Aqua.
Then, you hopeless sleepyhead. You know, you should have at least brought a blanket.
Let's make this clear really quick. I like Aqua's voice actress. She does screw up a few lines. I'm not going to deny that. She's like 80, 90% of the time, she's great. And then the other 10% of the time, she just says a line wrong. Her tone, her everything is just, it's off. This is kind of true with Terra as well, actually. And a few other actors. I feel like the voice directing is the usual problem that every Kingdom Hearts ever has. The bad voice directing problem. Ugh. Because, yeah, early on, Terra just sounds flat, and Aqua just sounds kind of, And then the rest of it's good. It's weird. But anyways.
But did I dream that place up? It really felt like I'd been there before, looking up at the stars.
Except you've always lived here with us.
Yeah.
Also, Aqua's my favorite character in the series. Although she has some competition up there with Zigbar and Xion. Those are my 3 favorites, by the way. Gotta have 3 in a Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, Aqua. You ever wonder what stars are? Where light comes from?
Well, they say.
That every star up there is another world.
Hey, look, it's someone who does not have blue eyes. Sort of.
Terra.
Yep. Hard to believe there are so many worlds out there besides our own. The light is their hearts. And it's shining down on us like a million lanterns.
Also, everyone off Aqua,
What?
damn it.
I don't get it.
In other words, they're just like you, Ven.
What does that mean?
You'll find out someday, I'm sure.
I want to know now.
You're too young to know now.
Quit treating me like a kid.
Hey, what are you laughing at?
I can't
Agreed.
help it.
Terra can do
You
it
two
really
would make
well
the
when he's
weirdest
working
brothers.
on it. Whatever that actor is. Fake laughter. Okay, now it's going on too long. Still going on. Okay, it's done.
Oh, yeah. Terra, you and I have our Mark of Mastery exams tomorrow. I made us good luck charms.
Whoa.
Here.
I get one too?
Tifa has her brown
Of course.
eyes too, Seventh.
One for each of us.
Yeah.
I don't remember what clouds look like.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit.
It's called a Paupu
And the
fruit.
fruit represents an unbreakable connection. So as long as you and your friends carry good luck charms shaped like it, nothing can ever drive you apart.
Time to add some significance to this. Remember how I mentioned how Xemnas is at least part Terra? I theorize he's a lot more Terra than he is Xehanort. I've already said that. I've already discussed that. Remember that symbol is something that is most strongly associated with Terra, and he bothered to go ahead and brand everything with his version of that symbol. The nobody symbol. In other words, the nothingness based off of that emblem. I mention this because of the significance of what Aqua just said. It represents an unbreakable connection that as long as you have it, you'll always be together. That just kind of sounds like the kind of thing Terra would push for, even if unconsciously.
You will always find your way back to each other. Technically, I think you're supposed to make them with seashells. But I did the best with what I had.
Boy, sometimes you are such a girl.
Hey, what do you mean sometimes?
So this isn't a real good luck charm?
Well, that's yet to be seen. But I did work a little magic on it.
Really? What?
An unbreakable connection.
Ah, yes, Dimension Link is the other thing they added. Something that is almost entirely superfluous and is just there for fun value. Except for the 2 times it's actually
Tomorrow's the
significant
exam.
to the lore.
Anybody want to spar?
Well, I should say like
can
3
take
times.
it.
Well, like 20 times. Point being, D-Link is a gameplay mechanic whose only purpose is to further story, in my opinion. I wouldn't even be surprised if that was true, Nerdman. Really, I wouldn't. Yeah. Wah! So that's kind of what I mean by his swings. Even with his basic weapon, he's got some reach like crazy. Oh yeah, they want me to block. They want me to block. Even the game wants me to block.
Easy on 'em. You're not gonna win unless you stay on the offensive.
So long.
Hey, samurai. My heart may succumb, my body may submit, but my mind will still resist. The block. Seriously, you're not going to see me block, like, at all this whole game.
Well, that works fine if you're fighting one-on-one. But you need to know how to handle a crowd, too.
Damn it, Nerdman! Lay off my surrogate little sister. Because they already wield Keyblades. Terra and Aqua's were granted to them by Ericus. Ventus's was granted to him by Xehanort.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Looks like I win.
Oh no, they know exactly where Ventus got his. They know he got it from Xehanort. They actually explained, basically some time ago, about 4 years ago, 4 to 3 years ago, Xehanort brought Ventus here and was like, you know, here, could you take care of my apprentice for me? And Ericus was like, sure! Because Ericus is kind of stupid.
Trust me, you guys are ready. You're gonna clean up at the exam tomorrow.
I hope it's that easy.
It's like the Master said. Power is born within the heart.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to anything
When the time is
Master
right,
says.
you just need to look inside yourself, and you'll find it there.
Oh, we don't want to lose track of stuff that's happened.
So, in terms of pure playstyle, which of these three is your favorite to play as? I'm actually torn on that personally. I'm going to go ahead and... I am constantly going to be hitting triangle instead of B. That's going to be a thing. Do I have to save? I'm automatically inclined towards Aqua, but at the same time, I'm really good with Terra's playstyle, so... It might be another of those I prefer Sephiroth, but I'm better with Warrior of Light situations, because I'm actually better at Terra than I am at Aqua. No, Octavian! Hands off! Aqua is in a box
we're gonna head
over
back.
there.
Yeah, me too.
Also, Ventus's commands are, in my opinion, the most stupidly, wonderfully overpowered ones. I forget what they're called, but there's 2 of them. And I usually just make his deck both of those abilities. Like, multiple copies of them. I can't remember what they're called. It's like Safe or something? I don't know. Savior. I think Savior's one of them. Samurai, no!
Mother.
Salvation. That's it, Salvation.
Always.
Faith and Salvation. It's hilarious. The game
The
was...
last night we ever spent beneath the same stars.
Well, hopefully that's not true. Hopefully. You got this, Mickey. Just keep it together. Keep it together. You got... No, Mickey, no! Okay. Okay, think of the Coriolis effect. Well, crap. Well, you tried.
Mickey, I cannot shake the feeling something terrible is about to transpire.
There's going to be a lot of no musics in this one. I mean, a lot of no musics. Hey, Emperor Palpatine. Oh, execute Order 66. Yeah, Yensid is still evil. And yeah, the stars. So, okay, we get to choice. I've already... There's no changing my mind on this. We're going to be playing Terra Ventus Aqua. In addition to the fact that it's the recommended order, in my opinion, after having seen all three, obviously, it is the best order in which to do the stories. Do I need to get all of the reports in order to get to fight the final episode? Or will I get the final episode unlocked because of your saved, Samurai? I don't remember exactly how that works. I would say Mickey is the king already. In fact, no, we know Mickey's the king already. Never mind. Queen Minnie gives that away. Alright, so I just want to point this out. Look at the stylings and designs of this place. Now, if it doesn't look familiar, remove all the color from it. And you can see the clear parallels between this architecture and the designs of it and Castle Oblivion. I just like that that's a nice touch there. Yeah, Sinister Sentinel is almost... Every time I play this, I have to go back to fight the frickin' Sinister Sentinel. Every frickin' time. I did that just a few weeks ago, too. Not... I don't know, Paladin. I don't know. Mark Hamill. I love this, by the way. Mark Hamill is playing someone modeled after Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Today you will be examined for the Mark of Mastery. Not one, but two of the Keyblade's chosen stand here as candidates. But this is neither a competition nor a battle for supremacy. Not a test of wills, but a test of heart. Both of you may prevail, or neither. But I am sure our guest, Master Xehanort, did not travel all this way to see our youngest prospects in years fall short of the mark. I trust you are ready.
Yes.
By the way, 3 chairs. Obviously, the trio symbolism is all over the place in this entire series. But some people theorize that Yensid was the 3rd apprentice under the same master. That it was Yensid, Ericus, and Xehanort, and all 3 of them were underneath whoever their master is. We still don't know. I'm just going to say ephemera from now on, because, let's be honest. And yeah, Luke and Spock are in competition against each other. And for some reason, Luke's on the light side of the Force, and Spock is on the dark side of the Force. Anyways, Hamill does a great job of this. I gotta be 100% honest. I didn't recognize this as Mark Hamill at first. It was one of those tickling the back of my mind things like, sounds familiar. And it took me a few lines in for me to be, oh my god, that's totally Mark Hamill. He is an excellent voice actor. He's one of the best. Anyway, so yeah, the oh, right. Let's talk about the Mark of Mastery really quick. I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about the Mark of Mastery as a whole. Unless, maybe I should save that for when I'm grinding. Let's save it for when I'm grinding, so I have more to talk about when we get there. So I'm going to talk about that in a weird position, specifically so that I have stuff to talk about when I'm grinding. So I'm just going to start making notes of stuff to talk about when I'm grinding stuff up. And we'll get there when we get there. I see I'm not the only one who thought about Yensid being the 3rd one there.
Then let the examination begin.
I do have to say one thing. Ericus is an idiot. I mean, I love you, buddy, but Ericus is an idiot. Hey, Great Vadic Wind.
Don't worry about me. You two focus on the exam.
But
Carrie
then,
Fisher became a
you're
script
in
doctor.
danger
That was
here.
her
Go wait in your room.
career.
No way. I've been looking forward to this. Seeing you two become masters. I'm not gonna miss it now.
He can take care of himself. He's been out there training just as hard as us.
Yeah.
Stay sharp, then.
I hope you get used to this scene, by the way. We're going to be seeing this overall scene 3 times, so... yeah. Yeah, pretty much Pandemonium. That's actually a really good parallel. Yes, some of the music in Birth by Sleep is phenomenal. And then some of it is really repetitive. Bippity boppity boo, ba-doop 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 ba-doo, bippity boppity boo. Well, okay, Terra's what I like to call a bruiser. He has wide swings, lots of reach. His combos hit far less often. You know, he basically has just a few big swings, but he hits like a truck. It's pretty noticeable early on. He hits almost twice as hard as Ventus does, and at least early on. I wouldn't say Ericus knows Xehanort is evil so much as he knows Xehanort is... yeah.
That was unexpected. But one must keep a still heart even in the most trying of circumstances. It was an excellent test, one I chose to let unfold. Which brings us to your next trial.
Kill each other
Now,
for my
Terra and
amusement.
Aqua, the two of you will face each other in- Remember, there are no winners, only truths. For when equal powers clash, their nature is revealed. Begin.
I'm glad you liked it, Biotically. I'll talk about them when we get there, Nero says. Although I guess I could now. Ventus has very short range, very quick attacks, and is mostly about mobility and maneuvering. And of course, he has faith and salvation.
We have deliberated and reached a decision. Terra, Aqua, you both performed commendably. However, only Aqua has shown the mark of mastery.
Debatable, Pyromancer, but
Terra,
probably.
You failed to keep the darkness within you sufficiently in check. But there is always next time. That is all.
By the way, it took me a while to figure
As
out how
our
to
newest
pronounce Ericus. I only know that because they said it. I will say this really quick. The moment I saw Ericus, I realized that it was just square with the letters rearranged. But one of the things that actually confused me when I first saw his name written down was I was like, where's the X?
Blade Master, you are entitled to certain knowledge. Please wait here for further instruction.
Hey,
Terra, I'm sorry.
The darkness. Where did it come from?
Ah, I hate that line. I mean, I get it, you know, Xehanort walking right by as soon as he says it. But seriously, he voices that line so terribly. He does better later
You
on.
make a Ventus.
Oh.
He ain't gonna cut it. Somebody's gotta break that loser in.
Not here, you won't. I have to keep up appearances.
I know that. He just needs a little incentive to leave home.
I forget his actor's name. It's the guy who plays Sora, by the way. Spoiler alert. But the guy who plays Sora here plays Vanitas' voice. And he does a really disturbingly good job of playing Vanitas. Vanitas is another example of someone who's stronger than he technically should be, but it's mostly because he's cheating for all intents and purposes. He is not a normal being in any sense of the word, and his great, tremendous power is actually technically very limited, because he can only apply it in certain ways. But he is, in lore, insanely powerful.
So what does that matter?
Mainly because of the way he can keep going.
I know I'm strong enough to hold it back.
Yes. You are indeed strong. The darkness has nothing to fear.
Master Xehanort.
And yet, how frustrating that Ericus refutes its power. Why, you could train with him forever, and still, you'd never be a master in his eyes.
But why? Help me understand, Master Xehanort. What is it that I failed to learn?
You're fine as you are. Darkness cannot be destroyed. It can only be channeled.
That's probably true, actually.
Yes. Thank you, Master.
I just feel like pointing out that Xehanort is using the Corridors of Darkness without any protection. No cloak, no armor. That's relevant. And yeah, there's some strong parallels between Anakin and Palpatine between those two.
What happened?
I don't know. Why isn't Ven here?
Very well, then. I will send my pupils to investigate. Yes, I understand.
Oh my god, he's talking to the wall!
Farewell. That was my dear old friend Yen Sid. As you know, he is master no more, but he still keeps a close eye on the tides of light and darkness. His counsel serves as signposts on the road we wielders of the Keyblade must walk. All the more reason, then, for concern, for he tells me the princesses of Heart are in danger. Not only from the forces of darkness, as you may assume, but also from a new threat, one that feeds on negativity.
Dun dun dun.
Fledgling emotions that have taken monster form. Yen Sid calls them the Unversed. As wielders of the Keyblade, you are tasked with striking down any who would upset the balance of light and darkness. The Unversed are no exception. I tried to pass this news on to Master Xehanort, but my repeated attempts to reach him have failed. I doubt there is any connection, and yet this all troubles me.
Master Xehanort is gone?
So here we are. I need you two to get this situation under control. Eliminate the Unversed, and find Master Xehanort.
We'll discuss
I
Unversed
have
later.
unlocked the lanes between.
The Unversed are more similar to Heartless than you'd think, but there is a significant distinction between the two that needs to be discussed. It's better to discuss the Unversed in Ventus's story, there will be much more relevant to the overall plot.
I use these forbidden pathways to travel between this world and countless others. The darkness looms closer than usual within these spaces, but your armor will protect you. Lastly, remember that order must be kept. You cannot tell anyone there are other worlds. Now go, and fulfill your duty.
We must maintain
Yes,
the
Master.
world order.
Terra, consider this an opportunity. A second chance for you to change my mind.
What?
You must know, I care for you like my own son. If I could have my way, I would name you Master in a second. But how can I, when you are so obsessed with power? Terra, you mustn't be afraid of losing. Fear leads to obsession with power, and obsession beckons the darkness. You must never forget.
Thank you, Master. I swear, I will not fail you again.
Terra, your problem is you're too afraid of failing. No problem, Master. I will never fail you again.
Terra!
I also really like the Keyblade armor idea in general. I have some questions about it, which don't actually have answers. Well, the idea of Pyromancer, and it is relevant, because he's trying to preserve things as they are. Ericus is trying to maintain the tyranny of light, not actually try to preserve any real sense of balance. So, Keyblade armor. There's really one big question about Keyblade armor for me. Is it natural or artificial? To explain what I mean a little bit by this, okay, so let's discuss this for a moment. What Keyblade armor can actually do is defend you from darkness. That is actually a Keyblade armor's purpose. It effectively has the exact same purpose that the cloak does. You know, the organization cloak that Xehanort used forever, you know. That's... Yes, Django, that is the Lingering Will speeder. Anyways, and yes, see, okay, the organization cloak is obviously something that is constructed, and that is something that defends you from darkness. But the only people who ever use the Keyblade armor are these three, well, these five, actually. We do actually see both Ericus's and Xehanort's armor. But why? Now, of course, it could be something that you can manifest out of your Keyblade, and they've just lost the art of doing so. That would make sense, because there's no one around to teach them how to do it. Mickey didn't know how to do it, and Sid probably never even tried to do it, so nobody would actually be able to teach them how to manifest their Keyblade as armor. Although I have to wonder, how can a weapon built of heart defend you from darkness? That seems a little bit unusual. I don't actually think that is what it is. I think the Keyblade armor is actually something that is constructed, just like the cloak. It just works in a different manner. It activates based on your Keyblade in order to give you the armor. Why do I think this? Two reasons. Number one, they all have the Keyblade armor on at all times. It's just either on or off. You know that big old shoulder chunk Terra has on? Aqua has one too. Ventus has one too. They all have... Shut up, Samurai. They all have something that they can actually specifically activate to turn on the rest of the armor, right? So it feels more like something that is a construct, something that is a device that is invented to work with the Keyblade, rather than just, you know, something that actually is the Keyblade. Second reason I think that, it is very wonderfully, perfectly elitist. It is exactly the kind of thing I could see the Jedi, the Keyblade wielders doing. In other words, the only people who can be defended from the darkness are the wielders of the Keyblade. And it's deliberately designed to only work if you are a Keyblade wielder. So that's why I think it's actually a separate thing. Attached, but separate. Just my take on it. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the Keyblade glider, I think is actually the term for it. Now this is a different situation, because all you need is the Keyblade, and the Keyblade itself turns into the glider. We see this several times throughout the course of this game. We even saw the Lingering Sentiment do this. So it's actually, I think it's much more a skill thing in that case. As long as you know how to turn a Keyblade into a glider, you can do so. But of course that's a lost art, because no one's done that in forever. And after all, a Keyblade as a glider is actually not as useful of a tool as it could be if you don't have something to protect you from the darkness. I would be very surprised if we do not see Riku, at the very least, using his Keyblade as a glider in Kingdom Hearts 3, since he is basically one of the few people who could move through the lanes between without worry of fear from the darkness. And therefore, he doesn't need a protective armor in order to do it. But of course, this is all speculation, because we don't actually know. For example, here's another bit of speculation. What is the land of departure? Is it in the realm of light or darkness? Now, actually, that's a stupid question, because it is almost entirely likely that the land of departure is in the realm of light. But what is it? Where did it come from? Why is it here? Why is it this one bastion? Clearly a castle designed to be able to be manipulated by whoever actually has control over it, as Aqua does later to turn it into Castle Oblivion. And why is it this one place that these Keyblade wielders have been training? Obviously for, again, like 60 freaking years. What's so significant about this place? Well, I don't have answers for this one. I'm just bringing up the question. One last question. Red, blue, green. No! I can't get away from it! Nicholas, aside from the obvious negative effects, again, it's somewhat dogmatic, so that's part of the problem. But the other problem with light is light, it's a case of extremes. Too much light generates the wrong kinds of darkness, if that makes any sense. You remember that quote from all the way back in the day? The closer you stand to the light, the greater your shadow becomes. Because the world is not in balance, because light is dominant, and so there is the tyranny of light, which is what it's referred to as, the shadows being cast are worse than they already would be. In other words, I know it's more of a yellow thing, but anyways. In other words, the reason there is so much messed up in all the worlds is because there is too much light. It is literally unbalancing everything. But light does not have a direct negative effect like darkness does. Darkness, which can corrode and crush and erupt a heart and do all the things it can do to you. Light won't do that, but it will do other things on a more long-term, one might say, a more insidious nature. Darkness will kill you. Light will kill all of your friends. Sorry, just a second, guys. Talking to Third. About the Star Trek trailer, of course. Pretty much, yeah, Pyromancer. It is worth noting that the opposite would be true, too. If everything was of darkness, the light would be much, much worse as a consequence. Oh, by the way, this right here, this exact spot is where Destiny Islands is. I'm not kidding. It's right in the middle. I can't seem to get right in the middle of it. But yeah, there we go. Right in the middle. That's actually where Destiny Islands is. Alright, so time for a really short world. This is going to take like 10 minutes. And yes, Mickey is already king as of this moment. So this is Sleeping Beauty. One of the things you'll notice throughout this is the three people interact with different types of characters from Disney. It's not the best use of Disney worlds, but it's at least a good use of them. Oh, by the way, that's actually what it looks like when you travel from a realm between into a new world. I want to mention that because that is different from the Corridors of Darkness. I actually talked about this back in Kingdom Hearts 2. The realm between is what we're going through in Kingdom Hearts 1 and all those gummy missions, and what we're flying around on the overworld map in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. That is the realm in between. It is, for all intents and purposes, the equivalent of space. But I use that in quote-unquotes because, as I mentioned back in Kingdom Hearts 1, space is not what they have in Kingdom Hearts. That's not it. This is not different planets in a galaxy or whatever. This is different worlds with vaguely defined dimensional-style planar borders within an in-between morphic realm which is consumed and flows with darkness. That is the lanes in between. However, the lanes in between are limited in how they can access and where they can access. Basically, worlds have like entry points and exit points, whereas the Corridors of Darkness connect to literally everywhere. So, you know, anything that can use the Corridor of Darkness, total teleportation wherever they want. Anyone using the worlds in between can do quite a bit, but not to that severe extent. So that specific portal is what it looks like when you're going between the realms in between. Or realms between. I keep adding in there for some reason.
Monsters. The ones the Master mentioned.
I like to think of it as different planes, Palpatine, in the D&D sense. For those of you not aware, in D&D, if you're on one of the outer planes, it depends on which setting you're in. But in several of the settings, if you're on an outer plane, if you just walk along the plane, eventually you will actually reach another plane of existence because of the way that they're sort of morphically connected to each other. So this is as good a time as any to talk about one other thing here. The fact that Terra's pants look awesome! I would love to have pants like that in real life. I'm not even kidding. I actually used to have them back when I did Taekwondo. They're very comfortable. Anyways. So, words. Come on, die! Die, damn you! I will brook no existence of anything. Anyways. I can't remember what I was saying. I really can't remember what I was saying. Oh, right. So the way that all three of these guys summon their Keyblade is a little bit different than how the people in the present do. I'm not sure if that has any significance or not. But, you know, I can't imagine it's completely accidental that they use a completely different animation for summoning their Keyblades than everyone else does. As of this point, Eldritch Grunge, I am in a complete blackout situation with Force Awakens, because I'm seeing it Thursday, and I would like to see it as fresh as possible. Like I said, I'll discuss what the unversed are a little bit later.
No, you don't.
Where's my pen? I lost my pen. There it is. Oh, Terra, easily. Even though Faith and Salvation are ridiculously overpowered, overall, in just terms of gameplay style, I prefer, excuse me, Terra. There we go. Honestly, Nerdman, I'm pretty sure that... Okay, I have a pet theory that basically is based on nothing but my own interpretation of how things should have gone, but it boils down to this, Nerdman. For whatever reason, probably related to the Keystone... God damn it! The Disney World, Disney Town, whatever you want to call it, became aware of the other worlds out there in existence. And so, as a result, they're like, oh crap, we need to do what we can to safeguard those worlds. And they just kind of took over the job of being guardians and protectors, and after a while they realized they needed someone to be in charge. Someone to be the head of this operation, and that became Mickey, because he was the spear front for it. And so the people of Disney Town named him king. Given the fact that Disney Town seems to run as a meritocracy anyways, and we see that in this game. Shrug. Ah! Poor thing. All it was anger, I think. If you pay attention to their eyes, you can tell which emotion each unversed is. Anger, fear, grief. Hey, it's Maleficent.
What's this? Why aren't you asleep, boy? That fool Slora cast a spell to put everyone in this castle into a deep, deep slumber.
Who are you?
Why, I am Maleficent, as all who dwell in this kingdom would know. Now you must reciprocate the introduction. Who are you?
I'm Terra. What do you know about those monsters? The ones who attacked me.
Now why would I give a thought to creatures so base, so inconsequential?
Yes, she's still arrogant.
Well, they are base. That's for sure. Anyway, I'm looking for someone.
I'm sorry, and I quote, this is from Third. Hello, stream. I cannot say hi in person as I'm walking down the street right now.
Heard of a man named Xehanort?
That name is not familiar to me. Is he an outsider like yourself? Oh, but wait. I do remember someone leaving the castle.
Actually, she learns it from Xehanort, Green.
What was he doing there?
I couldn't say. I can only be certain he was not from this kingdom. If you're curious, go see the castle for yourself. There, the entrance is past the bridge.
Thanks.
Perhaps he did speak about imprisoning the light. The light could be so many things. Could he have meant Princess Aurora?
Aurora.
Terra has some problems with some of his lines early on, Grunge. I actually already mentioned that. So one thing you'll notice throughout the series, and this is true all the way up into the last Disney World, Terra tends to interact with the villains of the given Disney World. In this case, Maleficent. In fact, this gets really obvious in a second, but I'll talk about that in just a bit. So we're doing a really unique strategy this time around. It's going to be a little challenging, if memory speaks. Basically, we're not leveling until we hit Radiant Garden. So I should hit Radiant Garden right about at level 8 or so. That's going to make a lot of the boss battles very challenging, but I'm going to still do it. Don't worry, I'm not just doing it to make it challenging. There's another reason for it. Right, I don't have double jump yet. You ever done this challenge, Samurai? I mean, I'm sure you have. Hey, Kamek. I admittedly had some trouble doing this when I was doing this a couple weeks ago, because we weren't playing on beginner. And when I got to the boss, not the one in Radiant Guardian, the one like right before, which boss was that? It was the pumpkin boss, the carriage boss. I had some serious issues fighting that guy.
Huh.
So, there's Aurora, as voiced by Jennifer Hale, even though I don't recall her having lines at this point.
This
Hey, Case
feels
now.
so familiar.
Her heart is...
I'm sorry, really quick. Why do you think Terra finds that familiar? I mention this because this is part of a theory I've had for a while. I'm going to make a note about this to make sure I don't forget it. There we go.
filled with light. Not the slightest touch of darkness. Just the kind of heart I need.
I have no idea, Zachariah. I thought there was only like 5 types of
Imagine
unburst.
with me the most glorious of futures. 7 of the purest hearts, each overflowing with light.
Favorite hairstyle is Xemnas. In fact, I kind of had Xemnas' hairstyle, if you were paying attention back when I actually had it grown out.
When brought together, they grant the power to rule all worlds.
What do you mean?
Why, that key you hold. The Keyblade, is it called?
Where did you learn that name?
That trinket is the only way to obtain the hearts.
No more games. Where is Master Xehanort?
Impudence will get you nowhere, child. If you wish to learn more, you must retrieve the heart of Aurora.
Eventually, Case now.
And why would I ever want to do that?
It's not a matter of why, but of will. In your heart, there is darkness just waiting to be awakened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Perhaps not yet. But I have power over sleep. And I can awaken what's inside you. Then you will be free to be who you truly are.
Remember, the darkness lurks in every heart.
That's
Darkness
not
is our
actually true.
foe.
That's also not true.
Would that we could be rid of it.
That's really stupid.
You must destroy it.
That's also stupid.
Push the darkness down. Give it no quarter in your heart.
I think you get the point. So, question. Is she flat out mind controlling him here? Or simply manipulating him into being effectively a Heartless, aka using his power to seek a nearby powerful heart? Both of those are options that make a degree of sense, but yeah.
Here it is. Just what I've waited for. To think that all he spoke of was and will be true.
What? How did it...
What did I do? What did you do?
You speak as if I pulled some invisible strings. No, you couldn't be further from the truth, child. I simply whispered to the darkness you already held inside.
Mine is
How could
simple,
I do
Nicholas.
this?
1 through 6.
Finn!
Yes. Now, you want to know where Xehanort went.
No, Green.
Well, that I cannot answer. He disappeared into the darkness. But now I know the Keyblade is necessary to gather hearts. Join me. Collect 6 more hearts of pure light. Then we will rule all the worlds together!
You seem to be mixed up. I'm a peacekeeper, not a tyrant.
What's the difference?
For a peacekeeper, you're off to an exceptionally poor start. Remember this. The darkness in your heart cannot be held back by force or strength.
That's true.
Now, my work here is done, as is yours. Wasn't there someone you needed to chase?
Wait!
I imagine it's because Maleficent would have to be in, it would have to submit herself to entering someone's heart or someone's
Unversed.
dream to control
better bring
Dream
down the
Eaters, and
castle.
she would never lower
I have
herself
to
to
do
that.
something.
Damn it, Baronessa, no. So yeah, we forge a dimensional link with Maleficent. That is one of several examples of gameplay and story integration. And again, it's kind of indicative of how the D-Link itself is more a story thing than anything. It just, I can't even begin to talk about how many volumes it speaks about Terra as a person. That he forms a dimensional link with freaking Maleficent. Welcome back, Kay. It is time for your demise. Or wait. No, stop. God damn it! Okay, so for those of you not aware, in every other game, the interact with button for saving or opening chests or doing stuff is triangle. So I see the green right there and I automatically think triangle. This is the only game that's not true in. And so I'm going to be doing that this whole time. Okay, my personal opinion of Terra. Dimensional links are kind of exactly what they sound like. They are basically the links between hearts. His heart is connected to Maleficent's now, and Aqua's and Ventus's. Oh god, the new! Oh god, it's everywhere. Get rid of the new. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god. Oh god, new. There's so many new. Oh god. Get rid of all the new. Ah! Ah! I don't actually really care about what I level right now, so let's just work on that, I guess. Whoops, I'm doing the thing. We'll do this to get rid of all those. There we go. Okay. So we'll go ahead and show this off really quick. I said I'd show off all the minigames. 3 of them I have to show off. This is basically 4 of 5. Excuse me, 4 of them I have to show off, and this is the 5th one that we don't have to do. This is the Command Borg, aka Tadahaki Street, or however the hell it's supposed to be pronounced. I gotta admit, this is a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this. We're gonna go ahead and do this really quick. Oh, I agree, Titans. I mean, if nothing else, it's been 10 years. Like, I guess, Samurai? I was just gonna do it manually. Itadaki? Itat? I have no idea. I don't know Japanese pronunciations. I'm sorry, guys.
Alright.
Did I say Borg? God, I am really tired. Personal opinion of Terra. Well-meaning but foolish, and also ruined by the presence of Ericus. Honestly, Terra is very... I parallel him to Anakin on purpose. Because of the fact that, just like Anakin, Terra had the deck stacked against him from the very beginning. Like, there was nothing he could do, in my opinion, to really be able to do any better than he already did. First of all, Ericus was an idiot and constantly shoving doctrine down his throat, which was exactly what he needed not to hear. Terra, like Riku, is a person who is of darkness. But he's a good person. He just happens to be of darkness, and so he is constantly fighting his nature, and it's causing him issues. Constant, non-stop issues, and that's not cool. It's one of the reasons why Terra is so screwed up, is because he thinks he's wrong, and he isn't. Similarly, when Terra finally accepts the darkness within him, he will be much more awesome. Of course, he isn't. He never gets a chance to do that, basically, is what I'm trying to say. At least not that we've seen thus far.
Nice.
So anyways, this has basically been described as Japanese Monopoly. You'll notice that one of those boards is actually green. That's because I've already bought it. So you land on these things, and you can do all sorts of stuff, and yada yada yada. You spend GP in order to buy the spots. You know, again, it is very similar to Monopoly. You can level up the spots, just like adding houses and whatnot to a spot. Whoever hits 5,000 GP first and then returns to the baseline wins.
That's the way.
Also, you can, if you do this early on, you can get some really nice stuff very early on. Way before you're supposed to. Because you'll actually get game rewards for doing this. Yeah, I can swing that.
There we go.
Oh, you can also level commands here, although that's really not a good way to do it. Yeah, this is basically based off of that Silver Dragoon.
Nice.
What are you linking me? Oh, these are the finish commands. Oh, okay, I don't care about those. Thanks, though, Samurai.
All right.
Well, Terra does have so much maturity. He basically has double the maturity of Anakin.
There we go.
Alright, so, it's not letting me get out of this.
Nice.
Oh yeah, each of these worlds. So there's several different boards like this one. Each board has one special ability on one tile. In this case, you get to move to any tile, like she just did. Very dramatic.
Nice. That's the way.
Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and bow out of this. I just wanted to show it really quick. Okay. Stretch. Nice view. I should have saved, because I'm fighting a boss now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's go grab that really quick. Damn it. God, it's weird having, like, nothing unlocked. This is one of my leveling spots I like to use. Oh my god, it's the sewing boss! Farewell, Forever Green. We may never meet again. Damn it. Also, I have no ability to heal right now. Just sort of hit me there. Come on. Damn it. Should've just gone for it. God damn it!
Want some?
Yay, healing!
So long.
So, fun fact, very first time I ever fought this boss ever, very first time I ever played Rift by Sleep, I actually lost to it. Going through as Terra, just like I'm doing here. And, yeah. I can explain why, though. I had no ability to heal, and kind of had a terrible build because I was doing the leveling thing, which you're probably like, what the hell does that mean? Anyone out there ever played Final Fantasy Tactics? The reason I bring this up is I usually have a much harder time in Tactics than I should, because of the fact that I am spending more time leveling my classes and my characters than I am having a balanced team. So I'll send out guys I want to level, not guys who are good in combat. So I'm basically fighting at like half the strength I technically have. And I was doing that in this game. I actually did that a lot in this game. And I had a terrible setup and a terrible build just because I was trying to level it, and
It was because I was weak.
I died.
I'm sorry. I'll get your light back.
So, yeah.
once I learn to stand up against the darkness. Why would Master Xehanort...
Oh, that's a good point. I could have de-linked with Aqua. My bad. I didn't even think about that.
The purest hearts of light. Do they hold the answer?
I must gain those hearts of pure light and use them to create kingdom hearts.
7 pure hearts, each completely void of darkness. Such a search may take some time.
About 10 years, give or take. Ugh, okay. So, I have 3 big complaints about Birth by Sleep. 1 is some of the voice acting, 2 is the no music problem, 3, the design of several of the Disney Keyblades just makes me go, ugh, really? That's not the worst one, but yeah. So yeah, for record, not every world is that short. Okay. For some reason, Terra has like a really short run through that world. Just blazes through it. These other 2 are slightly longer. Yeah, we've got... Don't forget there's an ice cream Keyblade. There's the castle Keyblade, which is made of a castle. This one's going to be made out of a railway and gemstones and a mining cart.
Spirit of the mirror,
Hey, it's Maleficent.
come from the farthest space.
By the way, like all 3 of the elder female villains in this game are voiced by the same woman, the woman who voices Maleficent. The problem is she doesn't really vary her voice. So the queen here and I forget her name, but the stepmother in Cinderella, they basically just sound like Maleficent.
Through wind and darkness, I summon thee. Speak! Show me thy face.
What wouldst thou know, my queen?
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Famed is thy beauty, majesty, but hold, a lovely maid I see. Alas, she is more fair than thee.
Alas for her. Reveal her name.
Lips red as the rose, hair black as ebony, skin white as snow.
Snow White.
A mirror that knows and sees everything. How about that?
The heart of Snow White doth shine bright. Beware, my queen, a heart of light.
Another one? Wait. What if Master Xehanort is here?
Who goes there?
The what, Comics Ventures?
My name is Terra. I'm looking for a man named Xehanort. Master Xehanort. I thought maybe you might have seen him.
That name is of no consequence to me. Wait.
This is great, by the way.
Ah, yes. I have a task for you. If you succeed, I will ask the mirror where you might find this Master Xehanort.
And the mirror will know?
Do you dare to question me?
Then probably not, Ventures, no.
What is the task?
There is a young maid who resides in this castle. Her name is Snow White. Kill her. And to make sure you do not fail, bring back her heart in this.
Terra's like, okay, I'll go murder this person.
I don't understand.
To be a little clear here, obviously, again, Terra continues to interact with the villains of a series, but the significant point here is that he thinks she means her heart when she means her heart. I know that doesn't actually work that well. The point is, she means her organ, the muscle. He's thinking her heart.
You're after the Hearts of Light too?
What I demand is her life. I've had more than enough of her light.
What did this maiden do to you?
That is no concern of yours. Now, heed my words. My radiance is all the light this kingdom needs.
I do like the playing with
Where can I
terminology
find her?
here.
Outside the castle, there is a glade of wildflowers. You are dismissed. Go now and seek her there.
A heart of light. This Snow White is my best
Terra
chance
has
right
dumb counter. Let me just add
now. Maybe she will lead me closer to
a
Master
13. What's a simpler and shorter way of writing the
Well, what
number
if
13? What if I put a key there instead? What do you guys think?
Xehanort. No, I won't let that happen.
I like how the apple goes from poison to looking beautiful there. It's a nice touch. Okay. Okay. Actually, I've always found that, maybe this is some of my fanness shining through here, but I've often found that Aqua, at least, tends to have a little more of a head on her shoulders as she's going through this. The other two, not quite as much. Then again, the 7 dwarves actually pissed me off in this one. Am I the only one where that's true? When Ventus encounters the 7 dwarves and it's like, oh my god, and I just want to smack them? This way, I think? No, I already went that way. Well, I'm lost. Seriously. Is there a door down here? Okay, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Samurai, for the reminder. I'm like, what the hell am I missing? I'm not that blind, am I? No, I just forgot the bubble thing. Ugh. Is it everything? Yeah, it's everything. Yes, Kemek. Beyond is the new movie, the 3rd of the reboots series. I'm going the wrong way. Why would I need experience, Nerazaz? God. But no, we're doing a pseudo-specific challenge method, not just to make it more fun for me, but also because I like efficiency in my leveling path, and, well, you'll see when we get there. God damn it! Save. Also, it takes absolutely forever to save for some reason in this one. So I don't like to save that often, but I would like to save at least once. How does she lack the ability to see them, Samurai? You have the ability to see them, so...
I wonder if that's her.
I'd better cut out her heart as quickly as possible. Stab! 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 Oh, right, I'm a good guy. Maybe, and who knows, Baronosa.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
Aren't you startled?
Yes, but there's this thing called a car, Samurai. Let me tell you this in Steve's voice. See, there's this thing that...
Should I be?
It's true then. Her heart is pure light. She's the one.
She's the one.
Something the matter?
Don't worry. Nothing's going to be the matter ever again. Wait, hang on. I need to get something for this. I just realized. Hang on just a second, guys. I should have brought this out earlier. I shouldn't do this, because I gotta ship this still. There we go. Make sure it's all lined up properly. What? Alright, so let me just talk to your heart here really quick, Snow White. Actually, I kind of need it more like this. There we go. Fill me with everlasting darkness. Whoops, I actually had the desk there. In case you can't tell what I'm holding up here, I'll just hold it for a second. Complete with a chain. So, anyways. Now that I've taken her heart... Where'd the controller go? There it is.
Does the name Xehanort mean anything to you?
Why no. I don't think I've ever heard that name.
Now what?
I'm not sure I agree, Samurai. This one's really nice. And of course, it's actually metal.
Don't go in there alone! Out of my way!
In fact, yeah, I'm really not sure what this doesn't look good about, especially since the handle is extremely comfortable to actually wield. No, Dragoon. Nobody likes that movie. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Want some?
So, you're saying that the fact that it's my Keyblade and not Oblivion makes it worse. I see how it is. I never knew you were that kind of elitist, Samurai. Oh well. A friend of mine went to a Japanese convention some months ago, and he got me this as a gift.
So long.
And I will have the hearts, oh yes.
Take that.
Did I just hit level 2? Yes, Samurai, because, let's be honest with ourselves, we all know Oblivion's a terrible Keyblade. I mean, who would actually use Oblivion anyways? Ugh. Yeah, see, I'm not actually evil. Hang on. Aren't all the jiggle physics with regards to the frickin' unversed? Like, seriously, is there any jiggling that does not involve the unversed in this game? Oh, I should pay attention. Wow, Nerdman. If I haven't answered them, Darkrai, then no.
Lost her. She said she doesn't know anything about Master Xehanort.
There aren't that many females who should have
just one
jiggle
other
physics in this game, so...
The mirror. Back at the castle.
I mean, seriously. Just kind of casually level up some stuff here. So am I the only one who, like, never uses items in this game ever? I'm just kind of curious. I already have, Darkrai. Beginning of today. You can watch the beginning of this VOD if you want to see it again. No, Aqua shouldn't have jiggle physics, because, well, I've already explained why. Wait, you actually use items on the Vanitas Remnant? Damn. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I never even thought about that. And here I was doing the hard mode, as ever. Why am I doing this? No saves forever. I don't know. You get 5 magic hastes, Darch Monster. Sometimes the spells will come back before the previous animation even finishes. It was actually really funny. On Aqua, we had her set up with, I forget what, like Meteor and all sorts of stuff like that. But literally by the time the first 2 finished, the first one was already done on its cooldown and ready to be cast again. It was great. No! Final Cloud. Oops. Disallowed. No. What do you, oh, I'm playing as Terra, Rory. That's a kind of existential question, isn't it, Rory? Who are any of us, really? No! Must kill nothing. I'm going the wrong way. Wow. I actually got turned around. Holy crap. It is really hard for me to see the screen here, too. Is that just me? Like, I've got that blinding light in my face. That might be part of it. Just what I'm trying to get rid of right now. Let's see. Where am I going? Okay, so... hit this. No! No! I killed something! Damn it! Well, considering I don't drink, Final Cloud, it would be quite difficult for me to become drunk. I'm drunk on power! Unlimited power. I didn't realize I was still on the clock for that one. Okay, let's go back. I guess, Chemic. It's not... there's not much to say. Overall, I think it's probably a negative. The end. By the way, we have kind of a new rule on this channel as a result of increasing bot influence and a few viruses that have been nearly tossed around on the channel. So, from now on, if you want to link something, you have to ask permission. Okay, guys? That is now a rule. Every time, by the way. So, just keep that in mind from now on, okay? Now, I'm not going to ban you for setting off a link, but just be careful about that, okay? $100 million billion, grunge. AKA, enough. It will make enough money at the box office. As I've said before, it will be a financial success, I guarantee it. God damn it! It is so hard to see where I'm going. I like going around in circles, personally. It's a thing for me, going around in circles. It reminds me of the circular nature of reality. Okay, so I'm in here now. Which doesn't help at all. I am genuinely having trouble seeing. It's dark, and I have a blinding light in my face so I can, you know, be visible to you guys. Okay. But this is the freaking courtyard. Yes, Darkray, you may post links. Oh, here we go. God damn it. Well, it probably was not me, Fearsome, since, you know, I'm right here, playing this game. Okay, now that we're past the section I can barely see in, we should be good. God.
How dare you return here, you blundering fool?
What are you talking about?
I ordered you to bring me Snow White's heart.
A request I chose to ignore. You know, you claim to be radiant, but all I see are shadows of jealousy hanging thick on your heart.
You will pay for such insolence. Magic mirror on the wall, consume this fool once and for all.
Hey, Aguirre.
Alas, my liege, that I cannot do. I have no power, save answers true.
Huh? You dare defy your queen?
So she smashes a potion on its face.
What?
Wow, Darkrai. I think it's you, Baroness, if I'm being honest. So this guy's kind of neat to fight, but also kind of a pain. Basically just because it... Whoa, I forgot to heal before this fight. That's not what I meant to do. Loading. 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 There we go. Damn. Let's try that again. Where am I? That might Pandemonium. Or it could just be he's like the Santa or any other characters from the series who know things that they otherwise shouldn't because of the nature of what they are. Veteran does not mean good, Zeiss. I mean, I have been playing games since before you were born. This is a nice effect right here. Behold. Lines upon lines upon lines. Wow, that hit me for like a fifth of my health. Oh my god. There we go. See you around, Darkrai. It's also the one you can R-target onto. It's the other way to tell.
Want some?
Yeah, the mere fact that they managed to make this place basically an infinite escape is harder to do than you'd think with this engine. So definite good props to them for this one. There he was. I don't know, Ventus doesn't strike me as that stupid. He's actually pretty on the money with a lot of things. Now, the Seven Dwarves, they strike me as very puntable, but...
How did you escape?
Now you will ask the mirror. Where can I find Master Xehanort?
Magic mirror, instruct this knave. Give him the answers he doth crave.
Beyond both light and dark he dwells, where war was waged upon the fells.
The Keyblade graveyard.
Is that all? Thanks. You've been a big help.
Really? Thanks for trying to kill me and murder an innocent girl. You've been a big help. Yeah. Now, it's important to note that the order in which these worlds happen for each character is not as linear as it probably could be. There's actually a thing you'll see which showcases what happens when throughout the course of their three adventures. But I mention that because, I mean, we've already been there, but she's already been here, but she's going to go there, and then we're going to meet here, but we haven't seen Ventus yet, and it's not as linear as it should be. As I said in my rumination, Terra strikes me as the other side of naivete. Ventus is obviously naive, but Terra is more adult naive.
It's just that my friends made me the most beautiful dress, but my stepmother and stepsisters ruined it, and I was so looking forward to the ball.
Wait, isn't that Jennifer Hale?
Darkness always finds a way into a wounded heart. You have to be strong.
I love this. This is so indicative of how much Terra is indoctrinated by Erica's. Oh god, everything's terrible. You must be strong, otherwise the darkness will consume you!
Strength of heart will carry you through the hardest of trials.
But
Yeah, I thought that was Jennifer Hale.
Unversed.
Oh god, Pandemonium. No kidding. Oh, excuse me. I do like this song playing for this section, instead of the usual combat. Yeah, if only he wasn't wrong. You know, okay? I mean, granted, I blame Erica's far more than I blame him for that, but seriously.
Want some? Freeze! Here! Take that! Here! Take that!
Oh, I think I leveled to 4. Guys, I am now level 4. Oh, agreed, Pandemonium. I would argue Terra isn't actually dumb. He's just naive. There's a reason he interacts with so many of the villains.
But that's not all you need.
Huh?
there's nothing left to believe in. Nothing.
Nothing, my dear? Oh, now, you don't really mean that.
I don't know, it works for me, Nerdman.
It's just no use.
If you want to hear it deeper, just wait until the end of his
If you'd
storyline.
lost all your faith, I couldn't be here. And here I am. Oh, come now. Dry those tears. You can't go to the ball looking like that.
Bippity boppity boop.
Oh, but I'm not.
Of course you are. But we'll have to hurry. Now, what were those magic words?
Oh, God.
Oh, yes. Bippity boppity boo!
So this song drives me crazy. And that's pretty much the song. And it just plays forever. And the fact that this is one of my favorite leveling spots doesn't help.
Dress.
Quick story. So, I mean, this song drives me crazy, but I was just living with it, right? So I'm going through this section, not even leveling yet, just going through it. And I'm playing with my friend, and he's there, and he's just watching. And after a bit, he just kind of reaches over, grabs the remote, and hits the mute button. He doesn't say a word the whole time. He's just like, mute. There we go. That's better.
It's a dream come true.
Yes, but like all dreams, I'm afraid this can't last forever. You'll have only till midnight, and then on the stroke of 12, the spell will be broken, and everything will be as it was before.
Yes, I understand.
Selig de Mick, what, Fearsome? Nah. Oh god. So you want me to start doing that, Samurai? You got it. You know, I might not mind it so much, but it is literally just so repetitious.
Why didn't I see it?
Because all you saw was
you
the
do?
darkness.
I can hardly tell she's the same person.
Who are you?
Tara.
Tara.
But Samurai,
Do you
but
believe that dreams can come true?
no,
I
dreams
do.
can't come true.
But I also believe you have to make an effort to make them come true.
Like killing
Yes,
yourself
of course.
with
But
darkness.
sometimes just believing in dreams is easier said than done. Cinderella believes her dreams can come true. I wanted her to see that she is right.
Yes, that's right. It's playing during the
So that's what
cutscenes.
made her shine.
There's no
Faith
escaping
in her
it.
heart that anything is
There's
possible.
no escape.
Where did she go?
To the royal ball at the palace. Go, and when you see her dancing, you'll know that she believes, and that will help you to believe too.
You know, this might be the only Disney World Terra goes to where he doesn't directly interact with one of the villains. Maybe that's just my bad memory, but I'm pretty sure he interacts with the villains everywhere else. Neverland comes to mind immediately. And, Olympus. By the way, can I get some Olympus? Hoip! I'm sorry. I make fun, but I have a problem where music will get stuck in my head really badly. So, I'm... gonna... lose my train of thought. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, I'm leveling. I shouldn't be doing that. It's not too far off, John. Hang on just a second. I need to go get a drink. I'll be right back. Hey, be glad I didn't, be glad I didn't not pause it, because then you would have to keep hearing the boo-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. It's not booze, it's my usual. Oh, Alexandrian Dry. Made in Lindland.
I've met you before.
I'll take care of them. You wait right here.
Please, may I go with you? I so want to get to the ball.
All right.
Girl alert.
But stay
Girl
behind me,
alert.
or you'll get hurt.
By the way, in lore, Terra, Aqua, and Ventus are all
worried?
supposed to be pretty damn young. They
Didn't
sure
you
don't
tell
look
me it
like
was
it.
important to stay strong.
They look like they're in their young 20s to me.
I
Early
guess I did.
20s. But they're actually supposed to be, what is
So,
it, 17 or something
ready?
like that?
Yes.
There we go. Okay. Escort mission. Wah, 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 wah. Wait, this is the wrong song. Bippity boppity boo.
So long.
I'd have to look it up, Nerdman. I just remember that they're younger than I've always thought they were. I look at them like, wow, really? They are that young? Damn. Pete is in this, don't worry, Rory. And he is awesome in this, in my opinion. We will see Pete all 3 times, I believe. Yeah, that's true, Kay. Aqua does certainly strike me as someone who is far more mature than her actual age. It was even in a castle, Samurai. Of course, this is Disney, and there's a lot of castles, so, you know. That's true, Michael. That's right, guys. The unversed are secretly our friends. Because they save us from our nightmares. Considering unversed are effectively negative emotions, as specific individuals' negative emotions given darkness manifest, it is kind of funny when you think about it.
Want some?
As before, Krenzler, this is another one of those empty worlds. Given how far along in the series we are at this point, the fact that the worlds are still empty is part of why I think there is a lore explanation for it, rather than just a gameplay explanation for it. Because there is nobody here! There's 2 people here. If you want to get really generous, there's 6 people here. In the whole world! Why did you go this way, Cinderella? Just wondering. Damn it, I'm level 6! Anyways. But yeah, there's nobody here. And in an upcoming scene, and I forget who sees it, it's either Terra or Aqua, they act as if there's this whole ballroom full of people dancing. And there's nobody there. Yeah, I was just saying, Kingdom Hearts 3, I think, will be a definitive time we get to prove or deny that. Because there's no way in hell by the PS4/PC era they're going to lack the ability to actually generate NPCs, for God's sakes. Come on. Yeah, it's just a port of the phone version, Ventures. No, okay. No one is allowed to dance with Aqua, except maybe Zack. It's the only possible exception. Yeah, Olympus is another example of it, where they call it out in character. They're like, listen to that crowd! And there's nobody there.
Oh, thank you,
Terra.
Thank you, Terra.
It is in all honesty, it is probably a lame, stupid explanation, Kimmick, but I like to think that there is a lore reason for it. Especially since it fits with everything astonishingly well, as I laid out when we were going through Kingdom Hearts 2. This counts as a no music. No, Nerdman. Yeah, it'll be on the X-Bone as well. X-Bone, PS4, and possibly PC. Hopefully PC, I should say.
Maybe just believing is enough.
Like I said, naive. No, the point, Palpatine, is they are actually there, but also not there.
Certainly seems to. I've never seen her before.
Nor I. But she certainly
Hey, listen, it's Maleficent.
Wait. There is something familiar about her.
I really hate to call this out, but you notice if you ever rewatch Cinderella, there is one thing about Cinderella that makes her unique from everyone else in the entire movie. She's blonde. She's the only blonde.
Unversed.
Yeah, for God's sakes, if we can get the Assassin's Creeds on PC.
How do I get up there?
Well, there is a passage beneath the foyer staircase.
Thanks.
Damn it, Kay. But seriously, there's literally nothing preventing them from porting these games to the PC, other than getting someone who can do a good PC port. And as I've said before, the recent string of PC ports have been done by a third party, not by Square Enix themselves. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why the recent PC ports have actually been good. No offense to Square Enix, but they don't really know PC that well. And I hate to point this out again for those of you who weren't, here for when I discussed my big "the worlds are empty on purpose" theory. Remember, there was one world that actually had random NPCs just wandering around. Twilight Town. The world in between. Oh god, don't even joke about that, jeez. What song? I don't hear anything. Da-da-da-da-da. There's nothing here, there's nothing here, there's nothing here. There's no music playing for this section. I should probably save before this boss. Alright, fair enough, Kay. In the interest of honesty, I will agree with you. I'm one of those people who really doesn't think there's any romantic connection between Aqua or Terra. Especially since we know how Aqua acts when she's being romantically infatuative with someone. We see her react to Zack that way. I would prefer no music. Bippity boppity. Oh, hey, it's the conductor. What is that, anger? I'm not even sure. The idea is, in brief, Amendos, the idea is that those people are basically they still exist, and everyone assumes that they still exist, but they're actually in the realm of darkness, in like a pseudo-parallel. Like, imagine there's each world is mirrored in the realm of light and in the realm of darkness, and most of the major NPCs are here in the realm of light, and most of everyone else is in the realm of darkness. And each act like the other is there in their respective worlds because of that perception thing. Because the fact that they can't tell that they're not there, basically. Yes, cheese fillings. This boss amuses me because of his constant conducting. I don't know why, but it just interests me to see him doing that. Maybe it's because it reminds me of FF6, if I'm being honest with myself for a second. By the way, in Birth by Sleep, they got rid of that stupid freaking you have to do a finishing blow to kill them thing, so that's awesome. Only in the arena, Cugio. Yeah, nothing to do with that, Amendos. Just an unrelated theory that kind of came to me as I was pushing through this lore. New lore theories being generated right before your eyes. Sure, Rory, go ahead. Yes, Nerdman, I have heard that. He's a big fan of the old FF, so that makes sense. I'll try to be tolerant of it, Django. I mean, I know you, so I'm not going to automatically ban you, because I know you and recognize you, but... yeah. Honestly, I don't think he did Pandemonium. I don't think it was until he saw Vanitas in action that he realized what he could do. And now to ban Nerdman! Ban!
Starting to enjoy themselves.
Yes, the guests were just starting to enjoy themselves.
Oh.
Tell me something. Have you always had a problem around here with those monsters?
No, I believe they began to appear shortly after a boy in a mask arrived in our kingdom. Those that saw him said the monsters obeyed his every command.
FF9 did that too, yeah, I'll agree with that.
A boy in a mask. Do you know where he is now?
I would argue 7 did it pretty well with Tifa and Cloud.
I don't believe anyone has seen him since then.
I see.
Normally, I would give this a no music, but we're not hearing bippity boppity boop, so it's okay. So I'm not giving it a plus to the counter.
Oh, my goodness. It's midnight.
Yes, so it is. But why?
Goodbye.
Wait.
No, that's a separate but similar theory, Fearsome. That's the idea that all these people have been consumed by the Heartless, and that's why there's no people. My idea is that these people act as if everything's normal, as if those people are there, and on the other side of the mirror, in the realm of darkness, all those people are still wandering around. For example, if you could picture for a moment Cinderella's world in the realm of darkness, and there's all these people at this ball that's happening, and they think that, you know, Cinderella's there, they think the prince is there, but they're not. They're over here in the realm of light, in an empty castle. And the two are interacting with each other like that. Because of the fact that the worlds were improperly ripped apart.
Terra!
This would count as another no music.
Ben ran away from home.
But again, bippity boppity boo.
I think he left to go find you. Do you have any idea why?
No. Actually, just before I left, he tried to tell me something. I should have listened to what he had to say.
Oh. So, did you manage to locate Master Xehanort?
Well, they could be insane, Fearsome.
No, but it seems he's looking for pure hearts, filled with light.
That means he's a good guy.
Filled with light.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is that his search hasn't taken him here.
Alright. I'll stay and see if I can find more clues.
Okay. The prince is in the ballroom ahead. He might have some answers.
Thanks.
Yeah, originally it felt like a crazy theory of Mendo's, but then I started actually thinking about it and actually analyzing the games. And Birth by Sleep is probably my biggest example of evidence for that. Because there's several times in Birth by Sleep where they deliberately call out, hey, look at all these people, or oh, listen to all these people, or oh, all these people, and there's no one there. And so again, if they're actively calling it out, they're either doing it tongue-in-cheek, because, you know, hardware limitations or whatever, or it's a plot point. It is actually part of the lore.
Aqua.
And you know me, I prefer to think in terms of lore.
You still have the same dream?
Well, yes.
Ah! Do you have the same dream? This is actually really important.
There's this girl here. Her name is Cinderella. She made me realize how powerful it is just to believe. No matter how impossible things seem, a powerful enough dream will always be enough to light the darkness.
Okay. What dream is he referring to? Terra flat out says, do you still have your dream, Aqua? And Aqua says yes. What dream is he referring to? I know what you're automatically going to say. I know what your automatic inclination is if you've never thought about this. Well, to be a Keyblade Master. She is a Keyblade Master. Remember? She is already someone who has accomplished that dream, if that is the dream. So, what is her dream? I mention this because this is actually something that I want to talk about later, which I think is significant. And I feel like it has to do with the lack of backstory behind Aqua, Terra, and Ventus. To put it bluntly, we don't know where they're from. We don't know what world they're from. We don't know their backstory. We don't know anything about them whatsoever. So I think that has something to do with Aqua and Terra and this dream that she's obviously shared with him. And that he... thank you. Do you remember our dream? I knew there was another significance because I actually read up on this once I realized this. Yeah, there's this shared dream between them, but it can't just be becoming a Keyblade Master. Okay, it could be, I'll be honest. But I don't think it is. I think this is related to something else. I think this is one of those tiny little hints. See, that's, in all honesty, it sounds a little cliche, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, XP. What if Terra and Aqua, possibly Ventus, but definitely Terra and Aqua, don't have any memory of their past, of where they came from, because they are effectively something like nobodies. Maybe not a nobodies themselves, but something along those lines, something similar to what happened with Roxas and Xion. Now, I'm not sure what it could be that would have caused that to happen, but we do know that whoever the master is of Yensid, Ericus, and Xehanort, he or she is gone for whatever reason. So, basically, my point is, I think that there was some significant event, prior to Birth by Sleep that wasn't the Keyblade world, or the Keyblade War, and that explains a lot of the inconsistencies in the backstory of Birth by Sleep. Also, one other thing really quick. We have to establish, how much time occurs between the Keyblade War and Birth by Sleep. Now, they tend to refer to it as centuries, eons, millennia. But they never actually give a time. They never say anything like hundreds of years or 1,500 years. They always just say massive, huge periods of time. I think it's a lot less than that. I would not be surprised, and you guys know my theory on this, that Xehanort was alive during the Keyblade War as a child, but still alive. If at the very least, I don't think it happened that long ago. If I was to put numbers on it, I'd say 150 years, because that's the minimum it can be. Based on everything we know, 150 years is pretty much the minimum amount of time it could be, and also makes a lot of sense for the generations going through that. So,
if you see her, give
I don't
her
have
my
any
thanks.
answers here, just speculation.
Will do.
Of course they have hearts,
Boy in the
XP,
mask who
but
is
so do
leading the
nobodies.
Who is he? Does he have anything to do with Master Xehanort's disappearance? Master Ericus said he first received word of these events from Master Yensid.
We only have
Maybe
a
it's time I
vague
went
age of
and spoke
Xehanort.
with him myself.
Anywhere from 60 to 80 is Xehanort's age. If it was Japanese exclusive, we'd probably be even more pissed off, Guitar Wizard. I mean, yeah, some people are upset that it's basically a playable demo, but still. So, it's time for my other favorite character in the series to make his appearance. When I first saw that he was here, I was like, oh, dude, yes! I was so excited about this. I recognized that chin and that face instantly, by the way. I'm not kidding. First moment I saw him, I'm like, oh, dude! Least favorite Keyblade? Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of really dumb ones that all blur for me. Although the one I'm about to equip is certainly one of those. Not too much longer, in all honesty. Love Disney. We're almost up to the point where I would normally start grinding. So, whoops, wrong thing. So, as much as I don't like the design of this Keyblade, it is actually quite useful. Oop, there it is. This has a very high crit hit rate, and crits are pretty nice in Birth by Sleep in my experience. This is when Samurai corrects me and says, no, crits are actually incredibly stupid, Arsh, and so are you. And then I feel sad. See you around, Palpatine. That's just such a weird thing to say. I do actually think that, Nerdman, I think it's possible, I should say. But if you actually asked me to put it down, I would say, maybe. Well, Kingdom Hearts Kai isn't even done yet, XP, so it may have more lore in the future. Of course, Michael. Not until the end, though. So this is how Mickey used to travel around. He is effectively using a specialized and specially enchanted piece of gummy. It's actually made a point that he doesn't really know how to pilot it early on, so that's why it just kind of takes him wherever. By the time Dream Drop Distance comes along, he can actually pilot it and guide it directly to where he wants to be. Oh, V-Cast? I don't even pay attention to that one. I mean, hell, why would I? So yeah, this is the castle Keyblade. As you can see, it's basically a castle in the shape of a Keyblade. For reference, I don't like doing the puzzle stuff in this one as much, the balloon things. Number one, because the rewards aren't as valuable, but number two, because I don't know. Something about it just never clicked with me, and I never felt the urge or urgency or desire to do so. By the way, fun fact, in Kingdom Hearts 2, for the synthesis stuff, you needed recipes. Like, you cannot make the Ultima weapon until you have the recipe. By contrast, in this one, you can make anything as long as you have the materials on hand.
Master Yensid.
I'll discuss Unversed when we get to Ventus' storyline, Rory.
My name is Terra.
Yes, Ericus's pupil. I've been expecting you.
Exactly, Michael. It's like, really?
It is the Unversed.
Yes, Master Yensid. I thought it best to seek the counsel of one wiser than myself.
I am no longer a master. I doffed that mantle.
But sir, wasn't that your pupil I passed on the way in? He had a Keyblade.
You refer to Mickey. He too sought guidance here. As a king, he is good and kind, but the weight of a crown has not cured him of impetuousness. He has left with an object whose power he does not understand nor know how to control. Mickey imagines my star shard will be of help in his current quest, and like you, he is eager to use his Keyblade to set things right.
I imagine much stronger, but at the same
sure I
time
even
much weaker,
understand what's
fearsome.
wrong.
Just in different
Master
ways. To answer without interrupting the cutscene, Sora and Riku may not have had professional training, but they also had nothing holding them back. By contrast, all three of these guys had a lot of the deck stacked against them, and the incorrect doctrine of Ericus being shoved down their throats. So, in one ways, I feel like Sora and Riku were more unhinged, more unrestrained, I should say, in what they could accomplish. By contrast, these three may have had much more professional training, but were much more restrictive in their thought process. How much stronger than the Unversed or Heartless? Actually, they are canonically weaker than Heartless. Heartless are much stronger than Unversed.
Xehanort is missing. And now I've learned there's a masked boy who is controlling those Unversed on the loose.
Formally, no, XP.
Perhaps you should approach things differently. First, consider them one and the same problem.
Master Xehanort and the Unversed are connected somehow?
I must not make assumptions. Find Xehanort, Terra. That is where you should begin.
Yes, sir.
He used to be really evil, but I'm sure he's not now. For I am the evil one.
I had hoped, Xehanort, your heart would no longer lead you astray.
It could be argued Yensid is the only survivor of the old ways, XP. Because he kind of is. I mean, the old line of Keyblade Masters went down to the master who was before these three. Xehanort went off to do his own thing. Ericus was taken.
Xehanort.
So, Yensid's the only one left.
Come see me at once.
Honestly, Krenzler, I'm pretty sure even Ericus suspected Xehanort. I agree, Nerdman. To be honest, I don't consider the fact that Xehanort, Yensid, and Ericus train together to be theory. I tend to refer to that as a strong theory, aka something I would state as actual fact, rather than just I think it would be cool if. Hey, that looks familiar. I remember dying here for like 20 minutes solid.
Master Xehanort. I have been to other worlds. I know all about the things you've done. I just don't understand why.
Someone had to safeguard the light from the demon I unleashed. You must know about the boy by now, the one in the mask. His name is Vanitas, a creature of pure darkness, one of my making.
Vanitas? Are you telling me he came from you?
He came from Ventus.
Ventus?
Yes. Vanitas is the darkness that was inside your friend. It was an accident. While training with me, Ventus succumbed to darkness, and there was but one way to save him. Strip that part of him away, and thus Vanitas was made. In the process, I damaged Ventus' heart in the most horrific way. So, I did what I felt was right and left him with Ericus. I knew the boy could not stay with me, the man who did him such grievous harm.
That's like 5 lies and 3 truths mixed together. It's interesting how he kind of literally goes back and forth between lie, truth, lie, truth, lie, truth.
Master Xehanort. Ventus has gotten a lot better since then. You shouldn't blame yourself for trying to save him.
Well, thank you, lad. You know how to put an old man's heart at ease.
So that's what it was.
Flashback, sort of. Loading. Most of the parallels are deliberate, at least Nomura has admitted to it. So this is a flashback. This happened about 3 to 4 years ago. This is when Xehanort first dropped off Zombie Ventus here. Zombie Ventus, of course, being the one who only recently has his new Sora heart within him.
That boy, is he okay?
I'll go see.
I'm Terra. What's your name?
Ventus.
Whew. You can talk. Aqua, come here!
Hi, I'm Aqua.
Terra. Aqua.
So, are you here to train with us? Where are you from? Who is that man with you? You good with a Keyblade? Whoa! What's the matter?
Are you okay?
What did you do?
We talked to him.
Nothing. I just asked him some stuff.
Ventus cannot tell you anything. Because he cannot remember anything.
By the way, it's possible that, as a result of this, part of why Aqua and Terra get so connected to Ventus is because Ventus lost his memories as a result of that accident. And it's possible, this is pure speculation, that, as I mentioned, Terra and Aqua might also have forgotten their past, and thus would be more positively inclined towards him than they otherwise would be.
Master, why is Vanitas still free?
Ah, yes. Well, I did my best to contain him the moment he emerged, but...
He managed to escape.
Vanitas uses the Keyblade to sow seeds of darkness. And now you see the world's teem with his ghastly underlings.
No, Aegir.
The Unversed.
He has no control over the darkness in his heart. The Keyblade is not his to bear. He's an abomination beyond hope of salvation. Lend me your strength, Terra. Right this wrong that I have wrought.
But I have no idea where to find him.
What I can tell you about Vanitas amounts to this. His darkness is drawn to the light which he seeks to disrupt, and then destroy.
Vanitas is literally the exact opposite of the Princesses of Heart.
It stands to reason that he will strike next in the City of Light, Radiant Garden.
Don't worry, Master. I'll take care of Vanitas.
As an aside, I think it's interesting that he mentions Radiant Garden casually, and Terra immediately knows what he's talking about. I only mention that to add a little bit to the setting, to showcase that even though they probably have never been to Radiant Garden, they've still heard of it. After all, they know about other worlds and all that fun stuff. And Radiant Garden is probably fairly well known. You'll really see what I was talking about with the Magitech enforced mastery over environment thing once we actually go through here. Because this is what Radiant Garden used to look like. And it basically is paradise. There's a lot of interweaving of technology and nature in the design of Radiant Garden. But it's all so linear. Even the gardens are clearly and distinctly patterned, you know?
Unversed.
And yes, that was Terra seeing a vision of Vanitas attacking Aqua there. I'm not sure, XP. There's a lot of options for that. I don't think it's going to work, Fearsome, if I'm being honest. The funny thing is, in a very, yes, that was Scrooge. We'll talk to him on other characters. If you think about it in a weird way, Radiant Garden is kind of like how Disneyland should look. You know, actual Disneyland in real life. This place that is very fake, yet designed to look very naturally beautiful. Now I say how it's supposed to look because I've been to Disneyland. But, I've also read the original documents for how Disneyland was supposed to look from the old days, and they never actually got the, they didn't have the technology to actually make it look like that. So, yeah. Oh, I love Radiant Guardian. You really get that feeling of the Magitech mastery over terrain thing over this entire place. It's wonderful setting building. I hate these things. These are my least favorite enemy in this entire game. The frickin' bomb things. Oh my god. Stop. There. Yeah, whatever.
So long.
God, the darkness is following me. Yeah, I kind of hope we see a new Radiant Garden in 3. like a rebuilt, but like built in a different way, you know, different aesthetic, different style. Yes, I know there's a valve on the back. I just don't care. Screw those guys. Bam. See? You don't actually have to hit the release valve. You can just let them kill themselves. It is a little irritating when they're in a crowd with a bunch of other enemies, though, because it's very hard, at least on certain characters, to hit just their back when you're actually not targeting them and trying to hit other characters. They also have way too much health, but that's unrelated. There. Get him to blow up. Get him to blow up. Whoops. Shrug, samurai. It's not like I'm ever going to be hurting for levels in this game. Did I see someone evil like Xehanort?
What's Master Xehanort doing here? Maybe he found something out.
Maybe I should go ask him instead of standing here talking to myself. Also, the design of the original castle there, I like a lot. Don't mind me. I'm fine, guys. Not about to die or anything. Hey, Captain Jobby. I could equip a potion and end this, but I can't. I can't do it. It calls to me. I swear there was another chest here, but I guess I'm wrong. But anyways, yeah, you can self-cancel in this one, unlike in Kingdom Hearts 1. Probably not fearsome.
Why can't I ever seem to remember this address exactly?
Merlin, you... Alright, so confession time. When I first saw Merlin and the book, my reaction was, yes! Because Winnie the Pooh, right?
Excuse me, Your Elderness.
Huh?
I believe you dropped this book.
Did I? Oh, I'm very sad to say this isn't one of mine, but what a remarkable book it is. This unassuming volume seems to have the unusual effect of awakening one's innermost abilities.
A book that makes people stronger? If it's all right, Your Elderness, might I have a closer look?
The name is Merlin. I'm a powerful wizard, and I'll have you know a lot of wisdom comes with age. Anyway, as I said, the book is not mine, but I'd be happy to keep it here for you.
Thank you, Merlin.
Alright, this is it. Winnie the Pooh stuff! Ready for it, guys? Ready for it? Loading. Alright, time for the Winnie the Pooh section. That's the wrong button. Alright, this is the Winnie the Pooh section. That was it. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm not kidding. You know, I keep hoping for a save point at some point. Oh well. I have to admit, the boss of this world is just kind of for me. It's probably my least favorite boss in the entire game. I will, Final Cloud, I will. You just gotta give me a minute. Let's see if my arrogance is my undoing. Which would make me a trifling gnome if you think about it. Besides, I don't have cure. Oh, I guess I could dimension link to heal. Alright, tell you what. Just for you. Other way, other way. Loading. Loading. There we go. No, and we're healed. Okay, so there you go. Just for you guys. Weirdos. So we're almost done for the night, by the way. Just a heads up. We're almost to the grind point, and once we're at the grind point, I'm going to stop streaming and grind offline. And do stuff that doesn't involve streaming. Like figuring out why Patreon is denying me my money. But that can wait. For now. Okay, just for you, Deutsch. I'll repeat the sound. Yeah, Patreon has... Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Well, crap, I just lost my biggest supporter. I've never actually done that, Kay. Ah, there you are. That's exactly who I was looking for, right there. Come on, good luck! Last time I did this a couple weeks ago, I got my second kill. Oh, for God's sakes, go away. Kill yourself! Kill yourself for my glory. Damn it, I don't care about any of the rest of you. None of you matter. Well, apparently you can't do that anymore. Ah, that's kind of funny. So anyways, like I said, second kill. So far we're already at 1 kill, so we haven't beaten that record. Get down here, you ass! Hi. Pretty sure that is Rory, yes. No, I will not be finishing Radiant Garden before I stop streaming. I mean, I guess I could fight this boss without going off and fixing my everything. Even though I hate this boss, and he's irritating and slow. But he's also right there. And I haven't saved. So, whatever, screw it! Screw it, Strat's engaged. So fine. I will finish Radiant Garden, then I'll go grind my balls off. Oh god, fighting Brig like this? I mean, I've done that, but that was not my intent, admittedly. So, when I said earlier I have a method of doing this, basically the method is get to Radiant Garden as quickly as possible, kill Mandragoras, get Lucky Strikes, win. I mean, the rest of it is more complicated than that, but I'm not going to bore you with the details. But once you have Lucky Strikes, you're basically set for the rest of the game. Which come off of Abounding Crystals, which drop off of Mandragoras, and this is the first enemies in the game that drop it. So I may not actually beat this guy. Just letting you know. I have nothing... Yeah. Ryan VG, it sucks. The end. Moving on. Also, take a drink. Someone else asked about the Star Trek trailer. You fight this boss on all 3 characters, too. Well, that wouldn't surprise me, Samurai. Which is funny, though, because it is the first place to grind them. Okay. So I can't Dimension Link here, because they're right there, so, or maybe I just can't Dimension Link because I'm not full. I'm dead. What does retry do? Oh, it just puts us right back in the boss. I have seen the tractor trailer, yes. Apparently I can't de-leak with party members, so I have 0 methods of healing in this fight. Ah, damn it. I love how I have useless party members. That's a good thing. Damn it, asshole. Nah, if I'm quitting for the night, I'm just quitting for the night. I'd rather just go ahead and start the Mandragora drawing now. That was actually the original intent. I didn't actually intend to fight this boss tonight. Right, yeah, there's a counter in this game. You can tell I don't block a lot. You should be surprised how few people who have money care, Ryan VG, about actually making something good instead of something profitable. Damn it! I missed with that. Stop moving! And I'm dead. I'm just gonna quit for the night. I'll go back to doing what I was going to do initially. So, that's it for the night. Tomorrow we'll go ahead and start off, here, basically. And then we'll continue the games, basically, at that point on. For record, I plan on doing this on all 3 characters, by the way. Rush to Radiant Garden, grind, and then continue the game. So, just a heads up. So, see you next time, guys.